In this video, you're going to learn one of the strongest tricks that you can ever do with the deck of cards, and it gets the most insane reactions. First time I saw this, I had no idea how it was done. I've shown it to a bunch of other magicians, it completely fried them. The good news is it's open to beginners or pros, so any skill level, you're going to be able to do this, you're going to be able to get those amazing reactions, and I know you're going to love this. Let's check it out. So here's what happens, guys. You get the spectator to shuffle the cards, genuine mix. And then when you get the cards back, you explain that you're going to shuffle the cards face up into face down. However, I'm going to do this in the fairest way possible. So if I was to throw the cards down like this quite openly, now you can genuinely see these cards being mixed. If I was to do a shuffle, like a ripple shuffle, you might think, oh, it's a push through or a pull out or like a strip shuffle or anything like that. But if I do it like this, you can genuinely see, and we'll even just throw cards in like so, you can genuinely see that these cards are mixed and there's no control. But to make it even more fair, at that point you can turn your back completely on the spectator so you cannot see what they're doing, and you have them mix the cards also. So they can take the cards, split them in half, they can even flip over half, and they can shuffle the cards like this. Now again, this is a genuine shuffle. I'm trying to be as fair with these shuffles as I can, because these are genuine shuffles, the spectator shuffles this time, right? You then ask them to deal 2 piles of 10 cards in each hand. So they deal out the cards like this, and they deal 2 piles of 10 cards as instructed. The rest of the cards get put aside. They immediately square up these cards like so and cover both packets with their hands. Now for the first time, you turn around and you say, whatever hand you lift, that is going to be my packet, and the cards underneath the remaining hand are going to be your cards. So they have a completely free choice. They can lift any hand. Let's say they lift this one. These are now my cards. So you say, think about this for a second. You've just shuffled the cards yourself. The cards have been mixed face up and face down. You shuffled the cards, you dealt the cards, and you had a free choice of any packet. So there is absolutely no way I could know anything about the cards under your hand. I don't know how many cards are face up or how many cards are face down. But check this out. I'm going to put these cards behind my back, and I'm going to put my cards the same way. I'm going to have the same number of cards face up and the same number of cards face down. Okay, for the first time you ask the spectator to lift their hand, and you say, not only do I have the same number of cards face up and the same number of cards face down, but my packet is in exactly the same order. This is completely impossible, but check this out. You reveal the cards, they match. 2 face up cards. Next, 2 face down cards, a match. 2 face up cards, 2 face up cards, 2 face down cards, face up, face down, face up, face down, face down, a complete match. Like, that is, think about how impossible that is. That is absolutely unbelievable. You had your back turned, the spectators shuffle the deck, they had a choice of any packet. Like, it's just nuts. I know you guys want the explanation, so let's get into it. Listen guys, do yourself a favor, grab a deck of cards and follow the explanation, because you're not only about to learn one of the most ingenious secrets in all of magic, but this is one of those tricks where if you follow along with the cards, you're going to be like, there's no flipping way this is going to work. And then it works, and you are going to literally blow your own mind. It's awesome, right? Okay, let's do it. All right guys, let's get into this explanation. You're going to absolutely love this. So you get the spectator to mix up the cards, they can shuffle them up. When you get the cards back, you're going to cut the cards roughly in half. So I normally look at the edge like this, and you cut them as close to half as possible. It doesn't need to be exact, but I just open them up like a book, like this. So now the cards in my left hand are face down, and the cards in my right hand are face up. All you're going to do is you're going to turn your hands over like this, and you're going to be thumbing off the cards from the bottom of the piles one at a time. What we're going to do is we're going to perfectly alternate the first 10 cards from each pile. So in other words, I go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And you're basically justifying this by saying to the spectator, look, I'll mix the cards face up and face down as fairly as possible so you can see the cards being mixed. From this point, you can start to drop a few cards off on each pile and make it a little bit more random, and it's good if you keep this pile all scattered about and looking really messy. But when you get to roughly around about 6 cards in each hand, or just a few cards in each hand, more than 6, you're going to start to alternate perfectly once again. So you're going to go face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down. And you just carry on. You need to end with a face up card here. You've started with a face-up card here and you're going to end with a face-up card here. That's important for the whole thing to work. So if you've got any spare cards like this, what I like to do is just square these up and say, look, and we'll even keep it random, I'll just throw them in the middle, and you put them roughly in the middle of the deck. What you don't want to do is disturb the top 10 cards or the bottom 6 cards, because they're perfectly alternating. The ones in the middle don't matter, so just throw these into the middle like this. And of course it looks very, very random and fair, and the cards have genuinely been mixed face up and face down. However, you've got around about 10 cards here that are perfectly alternating, and 6 or more here that are perfectly alternating, and that's why this whole thing works. So now you're going to ask the spectator to riffle shuffle the cards together. The easiest way to do this is just cut the cards for them. So cut the top half to the right, like so. And you say, look, I'm actually going to ask you to flip this one over as well. Get them to flip over the top half of the pack, like so. And now you have them riffle shuffle the cards together. Now, don't worry if your spectator can't riffle shuffle. I'll show you how to fix that after we've got through this explanation, so stay with me on that one. But for now, let's assume they can riffle shuffle the cards. They can now genuinely give this a genuine riffle shuffle, and it will work every single time. This is a genuine shuffle, and this is the bit that fries magicians, right? This is the bit that fried me, because this is a genuine shuffle, right? You can see the cards are really being mixed like so. Okay, and this all squared up. And when you pick the pack up, all you need to do is to turn it over. So as you pick it up, you turn it over, and then if you want the spectator to deal the 2 piles of 10 cards, you'll just hand it to them like that. So make sure when you pick the pack up that you're turning it over like so. This will now be your setup. So now you ask the spectator to deal 2 piles of 10 cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now remember, you've turned your back at this point, so you're not seeing any of this happen, and you ask the spectator to square up the cards like this and to cover both piles with their hands. So now you turn around and you say you've got an absolutely free choice. You're going to lift one hand. Whichever hand you lift, that's going to be my packet. You'll keep the remaining one. And they've got a free choice here. So let's imagine that they just choose this one. Doesn't matter which one they do. You now explain that the cards have been very, very fairly mixed face up and face down. You say to them, you shuffle the cards yourself. You dealt the cards yourself. You also chose which packet you wanted to keep. So now I don't have any idea of the cards in your packet. I don't know how many cards are face up or how many cards are face down, but I'm going to try and do something absolutely amazing. And here's all you do. You take your packet, and you can place it out of sight, so you can either put it behind your back or you can place it under the table, and you say you're going to arrange your packet in a special order. All you're going to do is turn the whole packet over like so and reverse the order of the cards. That is all you need to do, guys. And now, unbelievably, and this is the bit that fries magicians and fried me, and I can't fully explain, but I will attempt to explain at the end of this packet now matches this packet perfectly. So you can build it up and say, not only have I got the same number of cards face up, not only have I got the same number of cards face down, but now my packet is in exactly the same order as your packet. For the first time, you have them lift their hand, and now you can pick off the cards one at a time, showing 2 face down here, 2 face down here, 2 face up, and it's just so unbelievable how this works, based on the fact that they've given these cards genuine shuffle, and it looks completely random, but it works every single time and is absolutely mind-blowing. I guarantee if you just followed along with the cards in hand, you've just fooled yourself. And if that happened, drop me a comment below and let me know about it, because it is just the best feeling. So what if your spectator can't do a riffle shuffle? Right, let's take a look at that situation. All right, guys, so imagine we've got to the point in the trick where you've just very openly mixed the cards face up and face down, and you get to the point where you're going to have the spectator shuffle. So you do the same thing. You cut the top half to the right like so. You can get them to flip this half over, and then simply what we're going to do here is a Rosetta shuffle. Leonard Green's Rosetta Shuffle. So if you spin the cards like this, and this looks really nice because again they see these cards being face up and face down, and you can do that over here like so. Get the cards into a nice spiral, you just spin them around like so, and then you just have the spectator push these cards together just like that, right? You get them to mix these cards and push the cards together, and eventually they'll all get mashed up and into a little pile like this. And so then all you need to do is just square the cards up. But again, we get the same situation here. So these are still going to match. So really, no matter how badly the spectator shuffles the cards, right, these cards will match every single time. And I just think that is absolutely mind-blowing. So how does this work? Well, this is the Gilbreth principle. And I know magicians will be like, oh yes, the Gilbreth principle. But even when you know the Gilbreth principle, you can't fully explain it. You can't fully explain how this works every single time. It just seems so impossible. And that's why this trick floored me, and it's floored pretty much every magician that I've shown it to. And I know you're gonna blow people away with this. You're gonna love the reactions you're gonna get. I genuinely love this, guys. I think this is one of the most impossible, mind-blowing tricks that I've ever seen. I'm gonna be doing this all the time. If you love it, or if you've got any ideas, then pop them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I do new videos every single week. And if you're completely new to magic and you wanna fast track your progress, I have the ultimate magic course for beginners. It makes learning magic faster and easier than ever. You can click the product tag right here, and I'll also put a link to the course in the description down below. If you like this video, check out the next one. It is another absolutely mind-blowing trick. I know you're gonna love it. For now, thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you in the next video.